I have enough ingredients for everyone. So if you're helping me, you can also make this as well, okay?
That's good.
So it's going to be a little bit of a guessing game. We're going to guess what we're making. Yeah, you don't know that.
Stop talking.
So as part of that, we're going to go through a PowerPoint, and if you happen to know what we're making, can you save it to the end, and then we're going to do this big reveal. Okay, so we're going to go through a couple substances, and then we're going to do the big reveal of what we're making, go through some lab safety protocol, and then we're going to go through the steps of what we're making, okay? So everyone's on the same page. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, for our first substance, we're also connecting this to the periodic table, because you guys just finished reviewing that. So for our first substance, it uses hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. You use it at home, school, and work. Puts things together when they're broken and can get stuck in your fingers. On your marks, get set. Shout it out!
Blue.
Blue. Okay, second substance. It's made up of these two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. You find it everywhere. Living things need it to survive. And when you draw it, it kind of looks like Mickey Mouse. What do you think it is?
Water.
Water. Our last substance. It's made of boron and sodium. Forms an acid when you mix it together. You use it to wash your clothes. And it rhymes with borax. Shout it out! Borax. Our three substances are glue, water, and borax. So, when I count to 3, I want you to shout out what you think we're making, okay? 3, 2, 1.
Slime!
So, before we review the steps to make slime, we're going to go through some lab safety protocol, okay? And as we're going through some of this lab safety stuff, I'm going to have Oscar, Mikey, and Lilia starting to pass out your glue and water, okay? It's going to be 1 glue bowl and 1 water cup for each person, okay? So, my first question for you guys. When you are doing a science experiment, how do you walk in the environment or the room? You can shout it out.
Cautiously.
Slowly. Cautiously. Are we bumping into things?
No.
No. Okay. Second question. When we are using substances that may hurt our eyes, what do we use? Goggles. Miss King is going to go ahead and pass them out. You do not necessarily need to use them for today's lab, but you guys will be using them in like about 2 weeks for another one. So I want you guys to get a kind of feel for what they're wearing, but at least put them on and try them, okay? I don't know, maybe. My third and fourth question for you. When you are mixing different substances together, how are you mixing them? Go ahead, shout it out. Slowly. So if you mean slowly, show me with your hands how we're pouring them in.
Oh, like this.
Yeah. How do we stir them? Slowly. Okay. Now, before we get to the steps, crew, listen up. Before we get to the steps, I want to show you the different areas of the room we have. Okay? So, when you are doing your first bowl, that is to be at your table. Okay? You have the option of adding food coloring at this table run by Miss King. When you're using food coloring, what do you put on your hands? Gloves. We have some plastic gloves for you guys. And when you're mixing them, we found this some of the other kids in their class, put gloves on when you're mixing your slime together, okay? We don't want it to get on your fingers. Okay. In the back of the room, for one of the steps, you have to mix borax and water, okay? That's going to be done in those plastic cups that you see back there, the purple and orange ones. You're going to put half a cup of water in one and then a teaspoon of borax and stir it up back there, okay? So, like Miss King has just shown you, everyone take your goggles, put them on your head safely.
They'll fit over glasses. You can keep your glasses on.
Yay, glasses over glasses.
If you need to tighten them, go ahead and pull the strap to the side. Get a sense of how they feel. Do we not have enough?
Oh, Lilia and
I should suction with
So, crew, listen up, crew. So, for our steps to slime, who would like to read the first one? Say your name as well. so pretend to show me what you're gonna do. Pretend. Yeah.
Wait, you pour this.
You pour that in, yeah.
And then what
And slowly mix it too. So don't necessarily pour all the water in, but slowly pour the water in and mix, okay? Who would like to read the second step? Say your name again. Hannah.
Add food coloring from the back table to your glue and water bowl if you want to, and mix it. Wear gloves when using food dyes.
And again, we made an adjustment. The food coloring table's at the front so we can watch what's going on, okay? Do we get food coloring on the carpet?
No.
Does it stay in the carpet?
No.
It stays the carpet. When you use food coloring, what do you wear?
Gloves.
Great. When you mix your slime with food coloring, what do you wear?
Gloves.
Great. Number 3. Say your name.
Aaron.
Aaron.
At the sink, put on gloves, get a new bowl, and mix 1 teaspoon of borax and half a cup of water.
Everyone point at the sink. Over there you'll see 2, I'll show them right there, show you guys. So, you guys have 2 types of okay, listen up crew. You have 2 types of measuring cups. You have a half cup and a 4th cup. How many 4th cup equal a half cup?
2.
2. So you have to take turns. So one you just pour one in, one you put 2 in. You're gonna pour half a cup of water into these. Great, cool. Then you're gonna take, you see these 2 little white bowls? And the white stuff in them?
Yeah.
I'm not going to show because it's going to dump out. You need 1 teaspoon of the white stuff. There's a sticky note that says it also too. You need 1 teaspoon of the white stuff. So again, the purple is the 1 teaspoon. I made equivalency so people could do it multiple times. 1/4. How many 1/4s do you need for 1 teaspoon?
4.
4. How many half teaspoons do you need for 1?
2.
2. Okay. Those are in the 2 white bowls. Please be cautious of that. It is dusty and powdery, so it will spill, and take your time with it, okay? Last class, we kind of learned that before you leave this, stir the borax and the water together in the cup back here, okay? I'm going to put some spoons back here, okay? Then, who would like to read the 4th step? Go ahead, Zena. Ava?
Slowly add the borax bowl to the glue bowl.
Again, it's a borax cup, and you're going to bring it to your desk with your glue bowl. Okay, so do we take our glue bowl to the back?
No.
No, where does it stay?
At your desk.
At your desk. You take your glue bowl to Miss King to put food dye in it, and you bring it back. Okay? Who would like to read the 6th step? Say your name.
Krish.
Krish, go ahead.
Knead your slime in your hands on your desk until you have a squishy, gooey slime.
Great. Number 7. What's your name?
Jaden.
Jaden. Go ahead.
When you leave, put slime in a plastic bag to bring home.
And those are also located at the front with Miss King. We're going to probably pass those out a little before cleanup time so you guys can just put it in and throw everything away. Okay? And since you guys have to get out of here quickly, we're going to go ahead and clean up 10 minutes before you can leave, okay? Yes, Miss King.
I have a question. I am just wondering who in here is already kind of a slime expert? You've made slime at home before?
I did it once before.
Okay, great. Miss
Here's
Anderson,
my
please.
question. You might be needed to help some of your classmates troubleshoot. And what that means is we might encounter some slightly different combinations of our materials today. And we realized in the last class, it's really helpful to have somebody who knows what we need more of that we can kind of play with. So if you are doing well with your slime and you notice your classmate is struggling, please jump to action, help them out, because we all want to take it home. And we want it to be fun to play with tonight, right?
Yep. And to Miss King's point, I have enough ingredients for extra glue, extra borax, and of course there's extra water because we have a sink. So, but I don't have enough for you guys to make a new slime bowl. Just enough to add a little bit, okay? Because we have the other classes to teach this too as well. Any questions? Yes, Victoria.
Do we have to add all the water in?
You do not have to, if you are a slime expert and you know how much water you need, you do not necessarily need to add the full half cup. We also noticed that with that last class, and they're like, you don't need to add all the water. So if you feel your slime is what you want it to be, then great. You don't need to add all the water. Yes, Krish.
How does this water help the slime?
It helps blend the ingredients together. So it helps the glue and the water blend so it polymerizes and makes one sticky mess. And the borax helps to make it a little bit stretchy. Any other questions before we get started? Okay. And I'll get you your bowl and water, okay? On your march.
How do you feel about these words?
Yeah.
Hey crew, grab a spoon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Grab a spoon.
If you need a spoon, there are tables with extras. There's tables with extras.
And then I have a box of here as well.
I can see
Who needs an extra?
Who needs an extra spoon?
We had extras for the other table.
What's your spoon? Hold it in the air.
So whenever you're using
Just don't
substances
care.
that can splash, you need to wear your science goggles inside. To let your eyes breathe,
If you have a
so they
spoon,
don't
hold it
get
in the air.
fogged up or like claustrophobic or like suction.
In a second. If you have a spoon, hold it in the air. Hold it in the air.
I can see my
Okay. When you are ready, remember to safely pour your ingredients into the bowl. Go ahead and start.
Start slowly with the water and mix it as you go. Oh, you need a bowl. Miss Malia and Maggie did not get bowls if they were helping.
Johnny, you know if you risk it, you're gonna get kicked out, right?
Just a little bit, guys.
If you want me to
Take your time.
So Lily and Mikey, you guys want to come to the with me?
Take your time. Start with about half the water. Take your time.
But not all of it.
I'm making sticky white rice, you guys.
Yeah.
It depends. You know how to make it without hot water.
Can you mix it like
Not mixed with this. Yeah, blue, green, red, yellow. What we found is it's really hard to make. So we can make teal green with blue and green. We can make lightning green, yellow, orange, with red and yellow. What do you think? So I'm gonna follow what purple, but I have no idea if it's actually going to be according to
it looks like sticky white
Spencer, make your, you want to grab this one? They're going to be,
separate stuff out though. And
oh
we'll
gosh,
come
so
back.
here's the blue.
sticky white rice.
And if you guys know how much water you need, go ahead and pour it on.
Oscar, put on your nostrils. I'll bring my bowl.
Alright, step out and turn it.
Chris, go ahead. Bring it.
I think I need a little more glue.
Water in here, dude.
You dumped it on me. What color?
No, I didn't.
Alright.
That's nonsense. There's no such thing. After you mix your glue bowl, go ahead and get your borax.
Two gloves so that you can pull it out.
It's not sticking.
Alright.
Yeah, but you added water. Blue, what are you doing? You added water.
You have to mix it with That's what I just did.
Wait, so what do we do?
Oh no, I got one.
So the cup is going to be the borax mixture. So you want to pour half a cup of water into here.
Hey,
And then one of the purples.
water.
Yes.
Oh my God, you gay. I didn't use that much water.
Water here. So you need half a cup of water.
Yeah, you need a little more glue.
You're kidding. Oh, a little bit more. Grab a little bit more.
Yes, I'm going to put the glue right
I
here.
think I accidentally put too much water.
For the people at food coloring, if you have not gotten your borax mixture, please come get your borax mixture.
I think it's
Keep your glue bowl at your station.
Wait, what if you still feel like
You get the
Go
color.
ahead and just stir it slowly and it'll come
You
together.
get the color.
You do not necessarily need to have color first.
Yeah, you have to mix it. You guys need it brown.
For the borax, you can go to the Yes, now you're going to grab the plastic cup, fill it a little bit with water, fill it with half a cup of water, and then get 1 teaspoon of
What do you want it to be white? What if you want yours to
Go
be
ahead
like
and put on
white?
2 gloves before you come to me for color.
food
Go
coloring.
ahead and put on 2 gloves before you come to me.
Grab the gloves. Grab the gloves.
Yeah, mix it slowly.
Run it back up.
If you guys need food coloring, you need to grab gloves. For food coloring, black gloves. Over here.
Yeah, it's I can't even read.
It's a little annoying. You gotta clear it up. There you go.
Anything to help me?
What do you think?
Yep, you're gonna slowly add it, because you don't wanna add it.
I know. My hair's blocking.
No, he's gonna do it again.
God, my hair's blocking my
Coloring
fingers.
first, you can do the borax first.
Ooh, look at this also.
Not purple?
Look at my color, Erin.
What color do you need?
Ooh, my color there. It's like sunset.
That water.
Wait, no, mine's like a sunset.
Oh my god. Okay. I want more borax, but I think I put too much water.
You can take the goggles off if you want, you don't have to wear them the entire time.
Oh,
I like the goggles.
You're
supposed to instantly mix the color once you do this stuff.
Or
I don't know. Oh, I know mine is already turning into slime.
You guys can always get more borax too.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get some more borax.
So, add the sink, put on the gloves, get a new glove.
Look at that.
I literally just need straight borax. All I need is straight borax.
Guys, is this hard? No. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to do that.
Mine isn't what should we do?
Mine is gonna be
Pass me a cup.
More borax. Did you add borax yet? The stuff like that. So pieces of your table.
Don't pour mine in the water.
Wait, how do I do this now? Okay.
People at the back think will tell you. Now, you've done a really good job of using your spoon. What do you do? Use your hands and kind of pull it and push it into yourself.
Something there.
Okay, guys, move on.
Just raise your hand over there.
It's all stuck. Oh my god.
You pour a little bit in the
You need a cup.
Okay.
Where are the spoons?
You want another bowl?
Are you supposed to
Yeah.
Good luck. You don't have to worry about it now. You're in. It's okay.
What do you do?
You mix that in mine. 1 teaspoon.
How do you mix this?
Oh my god.
How do you mix this?
Look at mine.
No, I'm gonna mix with my fingers.
Mine will mix with the water. Mine refuses to mix with the water.
How do you mix this?
So get a spoon. That's over here.
You want to take your glove back?
Take your glove back.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Mine is refuses to mix with water.
Hold your glove in this one.
Mine is
Wait, hold on. Do you put teaspoons?
So what we can do is we drain the water from here.
What are you supposed to do with What are you supposed to do with
my thing.
Oh my god, look at that! Johnny, what are you supposed to do with borax?
Oh my god, my thing is
My whole wrinkle! Johnny, what are you supposed to do with borax? You're supposed to pour it. How many?
A teaspoon. So go back here and get a purple scoop of the white stuff and then half a cup of water.
Do I just separate the water?
Yeah, it's white. Okay. I like yellow.
You just focus on the front.
Jaden!
Yeah.
Let me give you more glue.
This is not.
Jaden! Mine is not mixing now.
Mine refuses to do it.
Yeah, mine's just like liquid.
That's fine.
Join me on
So
the
you may need to add a little more borax.
Mine is too sticky.
Are you supposed to put the water in
I
here?
didn't
Is
mix
anything that's gone? They should have
Glue, come here.
Oh yes, thank you.
Can we
Thank you. Oh my god. Okay, I need color.
This was so weird.
Look at mine.
You can take your gloves off whenever you're comfortable.
I think the borax
Just keep stirring, keep stirring. You got it, you got it. Yeah, look at that.
Mine's good. It's just like smells of being like mine's overactivated.
In the trash can?
You just poured it.
Yeah, mine's
Okay. You were in the corner somewhere.
Okay, since you got it here,
Really carefully so that it doesn't
just
get
press your spoon down on it.
Knead it. Wait, no, you have to squish it. Now if it's super stuck to your gloves, you're welcome to take your gloves off and use them
I made the best. Okay, a cup of hot water.
Johnny, I'm gonna make my
Don't die on me! Are you also bored?
You may have brain stuff. I'm not supposed to do that. Hold on, then I should. I have some extra.
It's time to realize I'm worth it.
We need some more borax.
Dude, I put it on borax. Everybody, go to Victoria if you need help. You know what you're supposed to do. I can do it. No, you because this is
Mine's mixing perfectly.
Do you guys want another bowl and put that liquid
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Johnny.
Mine looks like latex. Mine literally looks like a latex glove.
Mine looks like scrambled.
How do I get the chance to
I need a little more water. Mine looks like moldy.
Mine looks like latex.
You might need to add some hot water.
Yeah, this is good.
What if yours isn't mixing?
Hey friends, slime becomes less sticky the more that you play with it. So go ahead and keep kneading it. If you think it's like sticking to everything, just keep kneading it.
Mine isn't sticking
Okay,
at all.
you're like salty. Alright. Go to the towel.
I need some hot
While you play
water.
with it? No. Alright, so look at how much borax I have. This is what you have to do. I know it feels weird and it seems like it's not right, but it is. Do you have more borax in your cup or did you use all of it? Okay. You have a lot of extra glue. Okay.
Here, there's some more borax.
What you need is more borax in hot water. Warm water. I think it needs it in warm water. I think mine is a little too hard. There's just so much
Wait, you have to have hot water?
warm water. That might be, I don't know if that would be a good thing.
Doesn't that feel I mean, it's not too
Yeah,
hard.
it's gonna be fun.
I'm not.
Mikey, if you're ready to take your gloves off and play with your hands, just know that your hands might turn red. That's okay.
Why are you soaking it?
It feels like we can use more water with your borax to start.
I used so much borax and look how stiff it is.
It's trying. let you take over this job. Take your gloves off so you have an easier time with it. It's not quite as sticky anymore. It's kind of like weird bowling play now, but you got more borax in the bowl. Okay. Please do it over the table. Here's it.
Look at mine, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's a demon right here. Oh my God. It's not stretchy at all.
Put it under hot water.
Mine's not stretchy. I must need the hot water.
Yeah, you need some hot water.
Oh my God.
Jaden
I
and
need hot
Johnny,
water.
we're getting real close to that first strike. One and you're done. Go back to your table.
I need hot water.
Any troubleshooting you need to do can be done at your space.
I need some hot water.
Good. If you're walking carefully, may I please have a little blue? You can bring your bowl up to the front.
This is how you fix it.
We're not making sense. Okay.
Hot water, boy. Hot water, boy.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
You are good. Remember that I did a really sticky brush. Let's start with blue food coloring and see what that does. I think what you need is more water.
Oh my God, Mikey.
Excuse me, I just need hot water. I need some hot water so I can just
Why is it super... We didn't mix it.
Now
Not the
it's
It's dripping!
I think
Aaron and Tate, we're not stop carrying your slime around.
You need to put it in your bowl.
You can
He just started burning.
gross.
Wait, how did you get here to not color? Do you hear that? Yeah, one more. It's all happening.
Dude, what I'm looking at, it's liquid slime. It's actually not slime, it's just liquid. Mine is solid.
How long are you supposed to soak it in hot water?
Open the window.
Looks like mine needs to go in hot water for a while. It's not stretchy.
Maybe about 10 minutes. Okay, for my people that are done with their slime, please start cleaning up. So that means draining all your liquid in the sink. Putting your slime in a plastic bag. And putting your goggles in the bucket.
How do you get it?
Mine looks like this way.
Mine is leaking. Mine is leaking.
Hey, come on guys.
Oscar and Ryan, that's your one strike. Go ahead and clean up and sit in the hallway. Okay, go ahead and clean up and go sit in the hallway.
I need a little water.
So we're going to go ahead and clean up now. So finish putting your slime, put it in a plastic bag, and clean up your station.
I'm making a reverse slime. I know it's ready.
No, it'll make it.
Oh no.
It's
Super stretchy.
Ryan.
I may have killed my phone. I made a mutant. Johnny, I don't
Aaron, you can take it home and play with it later. If you have ingredients, you can mess with that home.
So all your liquids back here. All your liquids back here. Liquids back here.
Where's the bag?
Bags. Miss Pink is coming around with bags.
Go back to your space. You work really hard, really close.
All your lights. We're cleaning up now. Come on. Slime in a bag, liquids in the sink. Go ahead, throw yourself in the sink.
Mine is officially gone.
Mine quite a mess here. You have about 1 minute to mess with your color, and then you need to start cleaning up. I understand, but it took 2 to make this mess, sir. What are you doing, Mikey? So you're actually going to put it in this bag. You're going to put it in this bag. Thank you. That was your instruction. Your bag. You can mess with it when you get home, okay, buddy? Dump any water in the sink, any extra borax water in the sink as well. Throw your green bowl red.
Liquid in the sink, slime in a bag.
We're reaching on your 1 minute mark. Is there anything more you want to do with that one? Do you want to keep what's in the middle? Okay. Pull that out right now and put it in here. You have made way too big of a mess back here, and you're going to need all of this time to clean up. Okay. You're going to pick that out with your fingers and put it in here. You can always mess with it when you get home if you have extra ingredients. Alright. Go ahead and dump that water in the sink.
You guys need to put your slime in a bag.
But right now, that's not your instruction. So you're going to take it out. It's good, even though it's gray. That's interesting. It's funny how blue and red should make purple. It's going to take a lot more than that, sir. I've got a towel for you.
Wipe your table down.
Alright. No one leaves until the floor is clean. All desktops are clean and dry. Johnny, come back here, please, Johnny. I have a towel for you, so I'm asking you to come back here. You can use this, but I need you to clean up everything else first. So stop, throw these away, dump this, throw the bowl away, throw these away, and then come back to the towel, okay? Take all of that liquid, and dump that in the sink. Mikey, can you wipe down the clumps of stuff and the food coloring, and then we'll use the towel to just dry all the water. There's some chunks. Here's in a Johnny, don't clean up the chunks of it with this. Use a paper towel or your hand to pick those up first, but all of the water can be cleaned. Nice, the table looks great. The table's still a work in progress. Okay. You might need regular paper towels to dry it off.
Look what happened to mine. I had the slime for me.
Here is one of the intestines of my
R.I.P. slime for me.
Mine's
I need someone to clean the floor right here, please.
Oh, God, that's my stuff. Here, guys.
Okay. We've got a lot of drying. Over here. Take this when you go back to your place out in the sink, and then throw the whole bowl. Do not throw anything in the empty trash can in the back by Mikey. The big trash bag is up here for all your trash. Jaden, you're going to help. Go get some paper towels and find any wet surface and dry it off.
Mine doesn't stick at all. This is anti-stick slime.
Mine doesn't stick, but it kind of stretches.
You guys have 30 seconds to put that back. It's my favorite time.
It's a new substance.
It doesn't stick, it doesn't stretch, it's just a bond.
Mine kind of stretches, but you have to push it really
I'm not sure if I fixed this one or not. Mine stretches a lot, but it's like flabby and it's like squishy.
I know, mine too. You and me have created a new substance.
Same, bro. I can't even stretch mine. We've created Me too.
Alright,
Stretch
we are looking for you to be back in your space. With a table
Mine feels
that was
bouncy.
ready to go. Look at the floor. Some of us missed some of the extra slime on the floor. Some of us left a wet floor.
Mine's kind of bouncy.
Okay, Brad is coming behind you.
Is that breaking?
Clean the floor. Clean the floor. It's wet. There you go. Thank you. Slipping out of there.
Okay.
Excellent.
I have a couple questions to ask you once you guys are all seated, okay? Oh, my kids smell like Chlorox. Okay, my first question, on a scale of 1 to 5, you guys can shout it, show your fingers. How did this make you feel?
5.
5. How did you guys like this activity?
5.
Would you guys want to do this again?
5.
Would you guys want to do it if it was with food?
5.
Yes, okay. My next question for you guys, did this help illustrate to you how different elements on the periodic table can be combined to make different substances with different properties?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. My other couple questions for you guys. What feedback would you give to me about this activity? What did work? What did you want to do better? Yep, go ahead, Aaron.
Maybe like, making sure like not everybody's slime doesn't turn out not stretchable.
Okay, making sure everyone stretches. Trish?
Next time maybe using complex solution and shaving cream.
Oh, that was another option I had, but I wanted to use, I chose borax because it used 2 elements from your periodic table. So it helped with the lesson, but that was another recipe I almost did. Any tidbits of advice? Any other ones? Advice? What would you guys, yep, go ahead, Corinne.
I know most people when they add put too much into the material, but then when you play with it, it'll get harder.
A little harder. Yeah, Oscar? That helped you a lot? I appreciate that. Thank you. What is your name? Say your name.
Alex, you definitely helped with different people. If you when you're helping someone else, if someone else has a question, answer them right away.
Thank you. I appreciate that, you guys. That's great feedback for me as a person and as a future teacher. Any other feedback or words of wisdom you like to give me as a teacher? Anything is taken, good, the bad, the ugly. I'm here to learn and grow like you guys. What'd you say? Words of wisdom. Yep.
Will we ever do something else like this?
Maybe. I can tell you guys, I am in Miss King's class until your guys' last day of school. So depending on what is asked of me in my own college courses, we'll decide if I'm able to teach you guys again. But I would love to do it anyways. Maybe a different subject, maybe another type of science experiment. Caffeine.
Caffeine!
Is there anything you guys would like to say to my college professor? Feel free to look at the camera and say hi.